In 2008, Britney Spears, one of the world's biggest pop stars, was placed under a legal conservatorship controlled by her father to the public. It seemed justified. She was having very public meltdowns, but behind the headlines was a complex mix of family power, struggles, legal maneuvering, and financial control. What started as a temporary measure turned into a 13-year battle for autonomy. The trigger was Britney's behavior in 2007 and early 2008, her divorce from Kevin Federline, loss of custody of her kids, and to psychiatric holds under California's 5,150 law painted a picture of a woman in crisis. Images of her shaving her head and attacking paparazzi became viral. Feeding a media frenzy, the public began to view Britney as unstable and needing protection. But protection from whom? That's where her father, Jamie Spears, came in. He filed for an emergency conservatorship, arguing that Britney was mentally unfit to manage her life or finances. A judge granted it. Normally, conservatorships are for the elderly or severely disabled. Britney, then 26, was young, successful, and still working. The arrangement raised more questions than answers. Under the conservatorship, Jamie controlled everything: her business deals, medical care, and even who she could see. Despite this, Britney continued performing, releasing albums, touring, and later, headlining a Vegas residency. This created a strange contradiction. If she could work and earn millions, how could she be too incapacitated to control her own life? Court records later revealed Britney was deeply unhappy. She claimed she was forced into psychiatric treatments and medication, sometimes against her will. She was blocked from removing a birth control device and denied the right to marry or drive. Her private life became more restricted than ever before, and she wasn't allowed to pick her own lawyer to fight back. The financial side was even murkier. Britney was reportedly paying her father hundreds of thousands of dollars per year from her own estate. Lawyers, business managers, and conservators all profited. In some years, she earned over $30 million, yet she couldn't buy herself a coffee without permission. It appeared more like exploitation than protection. Meanwhile, fans were watching closely. In 2019, the hashtag Free Britney movement gained steam. Supporters speculated that Britney was trying to send coded cries for help through social media. At first, critics dismissed them as conspiracy theorists, but soon, former insiders began confirming that Britney had long felt trapped and powerless under the conservatorship. The real turning point came in June 2021. Britney gave a shocking 24-minute court testimony, calling the conservatorship abusive. She described years of trauma, including being forced to work while sick and medicated. She said she cried every day and just wanted her life back. The testimony stunned the world and proved her fans were right to question things. Public opinion quickly shifted. Celebrities like Christina Aguilera, Cher, and Madonna voiced support. Lawmakers demanded conservatorship reform. For years, Britney had been silent, muzzled by legal restrictions. Now, she was speaking freely, and people were finally listening. It became clear that this wasn't about mental health, it was about control. Her father denied wrongdoing but eventually agreed to step down. The court suspended him in September 2021, citing a toxic environment. On November 12, 2021, the conservatorship was officially terminated for the first time in over a decade. Britney Spears had full control of her life. The victory was emotional not just for her, but for everyone who had fought alongside her. Why did this happen in the first place? Some experts say the system failed her. Conservatorships are supposed to help people, not trap them. Others blame a mix of media cruelty, a greedy inner circle, and outdated laws. Britney's fame made her a target. Her vulnerability made it easy to justify. And once in place, the system protected itself at her expense. Family played a major role. Britney and her father had a rocky relationship even before the conservatorship. She accused him of controlling and intimidating behavior. Her mother, Lynn, claimed she was kept in the dark. Her sister, Jamie Lynn, faced backlash for allegedly benefiting while staying silent. The Spears family drama only deepened the tragedy. While Britney worked non-stop, her life was strictly micromanaged, according to reports. Security monitored her phone calls and even her bedroom. Medical decisions were made without her consent. Friends were vetted, boyfriends dismissed, and routines enforced. For years, Britney lived under a system stricter than prison, all while performing like a pop machine. What kept the conservatorship going for so long? Some believe it was greed. Britney's brand was still incredibly lucrative. Others point to legal inertia. It's difficult to end a conservatorship once established, and Britney, without legal freedom, had little power to fight it. Her pleas for new representation were denied until very late in the process. In 2021, she finally hired her own lawyer, Matthew Rosengart. His aggressive legal strategy helped turn the tide. He filed to remove Jamie, demanded investigations, and fought for her full release. Under his guidance, the case accelerated and the cracks in the conservatorship system were fully exposed. For the first time, Britney had a real advocate. The hashtag Free Britney movement proved how powerful grassroots advocacy can be. What began as fan speculation evolved into a global outcry. Supporters held rallies, posted viral videos, and combed through court filings. They pressured media outlets to take the issue seriously. Without them, Britney may have remained silenced and controlled indefinitely. Since gaining her freedom, Britney has focused on healing. She married Sam Asghari, took breaks from social media, and released a memoir. She continues to speak out about what she endured. Her courage has inspired legal reforms, including new scrutiny on how conservatorships are initiated and maintained. Her story has already changed lives. But not all wounds heal quickly. Britney has expressed distrust toward her family and the legal system. She's sued her father and others involved. Her finances are still being reviewed, and the aftermath of such long-term control remains painful. Gaining freedom was just the first step. Rebuilding trust, autonomy, and peace is an ongoing process. The media also carries blame. Tabloids hounded her during her darkest times. Talk shows ridiculed her breakdowns. Paparazzi followed her 24/7. Few questioned the toll this had on her mental health. The same outlets that cheered her comeback often fed the narratives that justified her loss of freedom. Today, there's a reckoning with that past coverage. Britney's case isn't unique. Thousands of Americans live under conservatorships, many without proper oversight. Her story exposed a system ripe for abuse. Her fame made people care. But what about those without a spotlight? The ripple effects of her case may finally drive meaningful change, not just for her, but for everyone caught in similar traps. The real reason Britney was placed under conservatorship isn't just one thing. It was a mix of vulnerability, legal loopholes, media cruelty, and a hungry network of people who stood to gain. What makes her story different is that she survived it. She found her voice, used it, and took her power back. That, more than anything, is what defines Britney today. In the end, Britney Spears' fight wasn't just about her, it was about who gets to control their own life. She reminded the world that freedom is not something to be taken for granted. Even for a superstar, her journey from global icon to captive to survivor has redefined what it means to be strong. Britney is finally free and she's not staying silent anymore.